Right.
Morning to the fellow that we are not announcing.
I don't know what is wrong with our cameraman. Why he's giving us a wide shot. I don't understand. Let me let you speak.
The edition of the Bomber Breakfast Show. When you see three different colors on set, you should know you have three different opinions. So follow the one that you like. I don't even know what the topics are, what they are. But I feel like it's going to be very, very tough because you have like three major colors. Three. I mean,
we have white, black, and red.
And when you see red, you know it's hot.
When you see
black, you know it's power. When you see white, you know they want to
there be some calm. So perhaps you should have even sat in the middle.
Maybe so that I can balance it. But you know, let's come from the struggle, also and calm. So see, I say it. Well, I am Ambassador Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. I want to say Happy New Year to Adeto. And of course to Adebayo Elukweju. It's so beautiful to see you guys again this year, and it's a delight to be on the table this morning. Let's have some fun.
Okay, like I said, 2026 on the Bumper Breakfast Show is going to be completely different, and we always serve 3-course meals, and we're really. And let's start it by looking at the court ordering interim forfeiture of 57 to Malami. I'll quickly read the story and then we can discuss this on the table. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has ordered the interim forfeiture of 57 properties linked to a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, and 2 of his sons, Abdul Aziz Malami and Abiru Rahman Malami, to the federal government. A statement on Wednesday by the EFCC spokesman Dele Oyewale said Justice Emeka Nwite granted the order on Tuesday. But coming from a Minister of Justice, how would you like to look at it?
I think it's a good development in our polity that first, there's no sign of vendetta. Do you understand? Because now it is interim forfeiture for the fact that these properties may have justice in action. So if after for witch hunting, nothing. So that for me, that is a totally different direction from the regular Nigerian situation. That okay, Malami frustrated Tinubu's shot at the presidency around this, but this is justice. Just everything is happening the way things should happen, and so that makes me feel good. If anybody comes out to start to say they are witch hunting him, they are doing this, look at the procedure for justice. That's a very powerful man.
Yes.
That you would expect that
should
even
standards.
You are looking at standards, but you're looking at we used to say justices in Nigeria. That sector is a sector of cultists. Let me use that term. You understand? There's a fraternity between them, and so one would expect that this is somebody who hobnobs with lawmakers, a power broker. You understand? And now he's just there like the regular Nigerian thief, the people that are usually punished, the people who pickpockets, the people who steal, petty thieves. Do you understand? So justice is gradually coming to play, and I'm happy about that. If at the end of the day, all the allegations against Malami doesn't even fly, we would have, at least we've seen a process taking place duly, and this is one of those things that Nigerians really clamor for. Let's see things happening the way they should. So I think it's a good one as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, Rio, let's hear it from your perspective.
Well, it is very obvious why it's difficult to get justice in Nigeria. That's because the people that we believe that they are in charge of justice are already the criminals. And yesterday on the program, I said most of Nigerian politicians are criminals. Now, I'm not even saying government. I am saying
Say
politicians. So you won't say I say government. Most of Nigerian politicians maybe includes people who are in power or who were in power. A lot of them are, because tell me, in our right senses, how can immediate former Minister of Justice, Attorney General of the Federation, finished tenure of 8 years? You were there for 8 years, and just 2 years after you left, you were called back with the allegation of first financing terrorism in Nigeria. Secondly, they are now saying you have some properties about 213 billion naira. I mean, that's enough to even hold him first. This one, they are granting him bail. I don't know. Okay, granting bail does not mean, that he's 100% free. But at the same time, there are some people that you should not even grant the bail, because it's more painful, because you know the law. Now, on this table, so many times we get to have discussion and say, how can you be like a lawyer and they are making you minister for works when they are, certified engineers? Like David Umahi now, this is a round hole, in a round hole.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now, I asked Stanley yesterday, I said, have you ever seen this country where they put a medical practitioner in the position of Chief Justice of Nigeria or Minister for Justice rather? You will never see. There are always
people in the law,
people in that particular place. You check the Ministry of Health, there are always medical practitioners. There are some particular ministry that you can't use juju to bring another person there. You must bring somebody. But go and check the history of those places. What have they achieved? What have they done in this country? Now you have Malami is coming, and it looks like this is the first time they are even prosecuting or bringing such allegation on a minister of justice.
Somebody of that capacity.
You understand? So that shows why Buhari administration failed. Because firstly, this man came out at a point in time to tell Nigerians that there are 90 plus companies in Nigeria that are financing insurgency in this country. Oga mentioned them. Apparently his company is likely to be there, allegedly.
Well, it has been alleged anyway.
So if you find it difficult as a minister of justice to put justice to things that they brought to your table, so ordinary Nigerians should not expect justice. Now the former minister of justice that is sang, is still probably a friend to the judge that is going to judge the case. How I don't understand. In this country, just thief well. If you see a money that you're about to steal, I mean, you steal for judge, you steal for your lawyer, you steal for your godfather, there are a lot of people involved. Because tell me why we can drag Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria for justice, and it's difficult to bring Madueke Desiana to Nigeria. Abi Desiani rather.
Desiani.
So to me, I just feel I still don't trust the judgment. I don't trust Nigerian politician rights from time. I believe he probably stole, in my own personal belief anyways, because he will come. Now, he stole about billions of money. They are telling you to bail yourself with 500 million. For what? Don't collect money for bailing for now. Collect the money they stole. And then let Nigerians see that it's working, for future or no for future. The house that they forfeited from, what's this our guy that almost steal our country. Godwin Emefiele, 750 units of duplex in Abuja.
That's another one.
How many person? If that guy was not caught, we would have probably thought he's one business guru or one real estate guru, that owns it. So that when I saw that Godwin Emefiele's project, it makes me feel like a lot of the real estates in Nigeria are owned by politicians.
How are you?
So they just put somebody there and like, oh yeah, you stay there, collect the money for us. And it's really bad. We are not growing in this country until we start killing politicians that try to carry the treasury of this country. I said killing, like sentence to death. After all, it's happening in Asian countries. Once you are caught, they will sentence you to death.
Who is going to now legislate that?
Well, that's the problem, because they cannot judge themselves. Well, that's the problem. That's what I said something one day on radio. I said, when we are ready as a Nigeria, we won't wait for the judge to judge, because the judge are already. Falana came out to say, he said something a few few days ago or maybe a week ago, he was blaming those judges that were judging terrorists in the country or people that are involved in terrorism. He was tackling their judgment like, no, this is somebody cannot kill 100 people and come out to say, oh, I'm a repentant book, and then you will not say whatever. No, give them back what they deserve. So
don't tell them go and sin no more.
No, there's no go and sin no more. I said something earlier when we want to start this. God forgive me, if Jesus was in our generation this time and he died 3 days after expecting to wake up, Nigeria no agree. But let's just move on with the program. But for that judgment, I'm not even satisfied enough.
So do you think, are you in other words, recommending that, when it comes to people in the judicial system, I mean, people who have served in the judicial system, if they are found, if they are alleged, with some offense or the other, or found guilty, do you think that, no, let me not say they're found guilty, if they are suspected in any way, do you think that a special committee, a special tribunal should be set up for them, whereby, people, of integrity, sit at the top of at the helm of affairs of the committee or of the tribunal, such that, that what you get will be real justice. Is that what you suggest? That's one. On the other hand, do you think that when a person who is supposed to have judged other people countless times,
yes,
is now seen as a criminal or suspected criminal, do you think that their punishment should be double?
They should get capital punishment. Actually, that's like the hammer should come really, the hammer should come very heavy on them. You see, so I tell people that in certain spaces I do not talk at all, and my reason for not talking is probably when you dig deep into my personality, I'm already guilty of what I want to judge.
Yes.
You understand? So when I find myself in those situations, I just keep quiet. You understand?
Yeah.
And the reason is I detest hypocrisy. So if you are a criminal, you don't have any business in our justice system. So it is already a disgrace, it's a shame. Well, so now we're giving credence to the role of Donald Trump in the Nigerian affairs. You understand? Mm-hmm. People like Malami, when confirmed guilty, should be doubly dealt with. That is it. Just like if I commit certain kind of crimes, and in fact any crime, once you catch me,
because they say a thief is one who is caught.
A
thief is one who is caught. That's if I
no
like that.
pity.
Yeah.
You understand? There should be no pity, because how the situation of this country, how do you define it? The man who will say that should be the chief judge, the man who will recommend that this is the man that should defend Nigeria at a particular level. Do you understand? Now he is the one who is at the center of the criminalities. A couple of Kabiesis have been dethroned. Recently, one Kabiesi was dethroned because of his participation in this illegal mining. Because the custodian is now the one that is robbing himself. So that means he's not fit to be there. So for him to have been Minister for Justice in Nigeria, and then he's at the center of, virtually he's at the center of all the crimes in the country. That's what it is. The biggest headache Nigeria has today is terrorism or insurgency. And now this man is at the center of it. I think there should be no mercy.
Really, you think there should be no mercy too?
Who want to give mercy?
How do you think they should be judged? First of all,
how, if they have caught someone,
yes,
with the same crime, how would that person be judged?
If someone who has been in the judicial system is suspected of committing a crime, how do you think they should? I mean, do you think that their fellow judges, people who they have fraternized with, should be the ones who sit judging?
I want to believe.
Do you understand? Because really, how
I want to believe.
How would I look you in the face and say, go and kill him?
I want to believe as a lawyer, you sign oath, You sign an oath.
Yes.
I want to believe becoming a judge. You also, you took an oath to. I want to believe.
They swore to an oath.
Swore to an oath. I want to believe as a minister of justice too. You would have done the same.
Yeah.
And one major problem we have first is because Nigerian politicians don't see themselves as human beings that are called to serve. They see every political position as a business, and it has gotten to a stage whereby some political offices they've taken it like a political compensation to people who, despite the fact that they are in that field, they are not capable, but they are in the same field. They are still growing. Though
So
we learn,
just push them there.
So just push them
to
there.
compensate them.
So if we want to stop all this rubbish that is happening in Nigeria, there are some key positions in this country
based on compensation.
that should not be based on compensation, and that the president must not be the person to appoint. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, I don't see reason why the president will appoint. Example, our president now is a financial guru. He's an auditor, international auditor. What does he know about law? And what's the justification for even saying I want Justice Kekere Ekun? When there are other justices that are there that you can examine them, then you, like you said, have a committee
within their
own. You understand? EFCC chairman, I don't think president should make appointment on it. INEC, I don't think you call independent electoral commission. There is nothing like independence when you get to that place. Exactly. You still unpick this person. Do you expect that person to work against you? It's not even possible. You understand? So what Malami is even facing now, who knows? Maybe it's somebody who's a president. This guy tackled you one time, and let's do this. Let's just show him what happened between Dasuki and Buhari when Buhari became president. Dasuki was in cell for several years. Even when they released him, we're not even aware that he was released. So me, I feel like once you know the punishment, you were among the people who created the punishment or they constituted punishment. Let's constitute this one together. This is the punishment for this particular offense. You now commit the same thing. They're supposed to give the person mind to judge himself. Normally we gather right now. So it's not possible now after he has been caught. The fact that there was an allegation on such, I mean, it should be kept somewhere. I always say it, as a governor, when you finish, minister, senator, everybody, once you are done with your tenure or administration, first report to the ICPC or EFCC. At least for the next, not like Willie Obiano, the day he handed over to Soludo was the day he wanted to leave the country. If not for EFCC that stopped him at Muritala. Why? You will still stop, even if you are not going to be checked, at least help the next governor to say, this is what, yes, you understand, this is what, for the next 6 months, you should still be going to the office. After all, it's even the same political party. But no, Nigeria is like a marketplace for politicians. They weaponize poverty, they monetize politics. So no matter how intelligent you are, if you don't have money, you can't do politics. You only follow.
And that's why you see, that's why there's the godfatherism aspect of it, because some people need people to buy forms for them, to support them financially, because they have the ambition, but they don't have the backup power, the financial power to back up.
The ones that were poor that had ambition, when they got there, what did they?
That's what I'm saying. So it's a cycle. It just keeps going round and round and round and round.
So something came to my mind. You see, cases like the case of Malami, those are cases that you actually should subject to, is it court of public, they say public opinion.
Yeah.
So the public should be the one
to determine
what happens to people like that. So because you know how many Nigerians are bitter, how many Nigerians cannot even feed once in a day, and then we have a lot of Nigerians who have money stuck in rooms. Not in investment, in rooms.
Physical cash.
Yes. You understand?
And in bunkers.
So, if we catch any of these people, yes, we are not advocating jungle justice, but the people should have a say in what should be done to these people. We need to move away. So, I spoke about making laws, and I said, let's make one strong law today Tinubu backs one strong law, people are afraid that how is it going to play out? I say it doesn't have to affect Tinubu today. Do you understand? Let him shall make the law a very strong law. If he is guilty, even if it is 10 years' time, that's what America does. He will still pay that price because somebody will come in, somebody who doesn't like his face, who doesn't like him. He would make sure that he is guilty. You won't punish him if he's not guilty, but once he's guilty, so let us support laws that make sense in Nigeria, and then let us continue to push for justice, because one day, justice will still take effect, no matter how corrupted we are.
Honestly, I don't think Nigeria will get better if this strong law you have said, if it's not created. I feel like if you steal 1 naira, they should kill you.
Isn't that, are you not bringing Sharia?
I feel, see,
no, Sharia,
that's not Sharia. That's not Sharia. See, but you don't know. You now know the only problem we have is because people want you to die, they will start setting you up. One man cried out yesterday on the internet. He was in jail for 7 years for rape allegation. Meanwhile, he never touched the lady. After 7 years, they discovered that this was a lie. They released the man, so they wasted 7 years.
Don't go
too
far now. There's this doctor in Lagos. I can't remember his name. This was maybe like a 2 year ago case.
I think I heard the case too.
At the end of the day, investigations revealed that it was just a setup. The other one, the boss who took the drunk girl home, to the hotel, his case was also found out to be a setup, even though he had been humiliated and all that. So yes, usually, okay, so let me give an instance how Sharia law works. Let me talk about infidelity. If you
sleep with someone else's wife,
so let's allege that somebody has slept with somebody's wife, or two people have committed adultery. If you come out to say it and you don't have like 2 witnesses or even more, I think there are more witnesses that you will be the one to be punished. You understand?
For lying.
So yes, because there's no proof. So if you don't have any proof, if you see, you shut up. You understand? If it is a security risk, you can alert the authorities. But once you come out and make an allegation and you don't have proof, you are in soup already.
So it looks like you want to set this person up.
You understand? So even if you are saying the truth, since there is no proof, but a lot of cases of that they have used Sharia to punish people is always, should I say, introversion of justice, where they don't follow the due process that Sharia law actually proposes. This is how it should be done. Just like we do our regular justice system as well, where it's always paddy. If you don't like somebody's face, you frame him, and you don't do your due diligence when it comes to punishments.
So that's why I feel like if they even pass a law that if you steal, then you'll be killed. A lot of people would have been killed, political raids, and it cannot even work in a multi-party system of government because there are different political parties. If we, for instance, have like Democrat and Republican, we have just, let's say, APC and ADC. We can't say PDP now.
PDP is coming back alive, Mr. Man.
I know. The falling down of a man is not the end of his life. Those ones don't write their will. Because in their eye like this, they lost in the.
No, you know that.
There is no time PDP state in Nigeria.
Let's not even delve into that, because honestly, for me, I am filled with anger and annoyance.
They opened their eyes like this.
Exactly.
And things were spoiling.
And the thing is that immediately after the last election, on this table, Rio, Tessie, a lot of us kept saying, you know what? The PDP should go and start to re-strategize and start to strengthen them immediately. But they just, I mean, come on. Anyway, we're not going to.
We talk about that.
We may come back.
Because I want that man.
All right.
That former vice president.
Okay, so now I was going to ask you, do you think that before anybody, whether anybody in leadership positions, in politicians,
yes,
basically, do you think that before they or when they are appointed or when they take over, right, they must declare their assets.
That's the standard. They just, but they lie.
But it's not for all of them. It doesn't. It's not binding on all of them. It's binding on some and not on some.
So it should be
so
on everybody.
Is that don't you think it should be for everybody?
As low as councillor, we must know what you have.
Yes, and that is not just saying it. It's not just having it
on paper.
But I'm saying that, don't you think it is time for us to start to enforce these things? Because
you see,
they really are nothing when they start, and they say they're coming to serve, but they're coming to serve their pockets.
So another thing that we should also look at is, you see, let's look at the case of the president, for instance. All those allegations, as much as I knew that some of them were founded, but as the level of investigations that people did on Tinubu, do you understand? We should be diligent enough to check anybody that aspires to any political office in Nigeria. Because you know, when you opened, you said most politicians are criminals. And if you throw that conversation out there and you do a poll, trust me, you are going to get, in support, you are going to get as much as 99.9% that most of our politicians are actually criminals. They might not have been caught or sentenced before, but if you go deep into their circles,
you know,
the things that you bring out,
you cannot even bring it out.
Okay, you won't bother bringing it out.
You don't want to leave. You cannot bring it out.
You understand what I mean? So we need to, while there's never going to be a permanent or a perfect society, we need to start working towards. So let's use America as another example again.
You really want to use America as a yardstick?
So my reason for using America as a yardstick, for some of us, I don't think the US is perfect, but most circles that you find yourself when people are talking,
a country that goes to take the
sovereignty as the president
away,
of another country,
to take the sovereignty of a country away, I don't think we should even.
We can do it for Benin.
No,
I don't even think we should use
we
that.
can do it for Benin Republic.
We have not done it.
I'm not saying we can do it. We can bring Benin Republic to Abuja.
So now I am presenting it. I was going to say that if you go out of here now, if you throw it even inside Alausa secretariats, that comparing the governance and the justice system of the United States, when there's already a perception that has been created. So what I'm saying in essence is, for Nigeria, let's even start in the direction of seeming justice. Do you understand? It's not a perfect situation, no. But your average guy, there's something when he sees crime on one end, something scares him, something tells him, if they catch you. Do you understand? That it's just a psychological situation. The things that we know about America, the average American person doesn't know. These things that we are saying on this table, an average American doesn't have an idea.
If somebody is scared of crime, and something is telling you, if they catch you, one day you are now in charge of someone that will catch the criminal. Now you can now even commit the crime and nobody will catch you. Is that not the case of Malami, for example?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's the custodian of the law.
I knew Malami had he had cockroach in his wardrobe the day he did not resign as a minister and he bought form to be Kebbi State Governor. They were telling him, you have to resign as a minister to answer anybody.
What are you saying? Who are you?
So already he was already feeling like we control this country.
We run this thing.
We so now this is the result.
So that's the point. I think that's the point that I'm trying to get to, that thinking, even people who have that power globally, they don't operate from that position. The audacity is not there like that.
Because they have working system, they have laws.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I am looking at a situation that we will now get to that point. You know how to run all these things, but something will remind you that, oh boy, you cannot run it like that. That's what we need in this country. People, there's abuse, there's too much abuse, audacity. The wrongest things, people will look you in the face and they'll commit a crime here. When people can even tell you that I will kill you and nothing will happen.
That's it.
And they'll say it publicly.
Well, you would ask a wealthy man for the 50,000 he's owing you, and he will use 500k to punish you.
To punish you.
For harassing
keep you somewhere.
Not even harassing, for just
for
ordinary
asking for your own
money.
money.
Yes.
Your own money.
Tell you, I can give you that money.
Nigeria.
But
No,
I will try to
for
pay
looking at me to ask for your money,
for 50k,
no,
you are in trouble. Honestly, as much as I won't be in support of revolution, but it looks like the only solution to bring sanity back to this country called Nigeria. And if the government does not want something of such, it is better they start that revolution within themselves. That is fighting people who don't want this country to grow. And the country as large, the general populace, or let me say those who don't like this current administration, or maybe because our trust is broken, we seems not to understand when good policies are coming. Example is this new tax law. You see ordinary Nigerians, vulnerable Nigerians say, they will use tax to kill us. And I look at, okay, did you read that thing well? Did you understand that they want to stop taxing you, the poor man, and tax the wealthy people? No, we don't want. They're just saying from 2026 we will be this, we will be that.
And say they will move their money from their bank.
I think when it comes to the tax thing, I think that the information dissemination has a challenge.
You always say that on this table.
Yeah.
This government have problem of communication with Nigeria.
Yes, it's terrible because that's a major project.
Honestly speaking,
it's a major project. I think
because tax is a very big
it
resources.
hasn't been given the kind of attention it should be given in America, in the Western world. Let me say, do you know you have tax consultants?
Right.
I know people.
Yes, there are tax consultants.
Yeah, they are consultants. That's what they do.
They even brought one to our own church. After service, he started lecturing us.
Yes. So and this thing that we want to do is adopted. It's from America.
Yes, the American system.
The American system. So what
honestly, I thought right from time, even the traditional rulers collect taxes.
Yeah, but the American system. So we have people who understand that system and can help this. So what I think that the government needs to do is spend enough money, and perhaps the money has been released, and
that money has been released.
I was going to put something. So I listened to one influencer this morning.
Yeah.
So I think they recruited like 20 influencers to try to convince people about this tax.
That's social media.
Yes. So one of them rejected the offer. And these were her reasons. Of course, she felt good that, okay, they could see that she was doing something. She said she doesn't have the huge numbers, but people listen to her. She doesn't have many followers, but they know people listen to this person. So she said her reason for rejecting it was, yes, the pay would have been good, but that the government have refused to understand that the public do not have trust in them. So the problem is not the tax in itself, and you mentioned it when you opened. The problem is a case of trust. Now, why should it be real that will help me trust the government? If you are talking to me, most likely I'll just say government has settled you, which is most times when we try to say things that are in support of the government, people will say because they give you money now. Do you understand? So this lady says people don't trust the government, and she pointed to tax on electricity, tax on fuel, tax on that you pay roadworthiness. Now, so let's look at it. If you are paying so much tax towards transportation, is the roadworthiness that you are paying, is the road itself worthy of your own vehicles?
The thing is that the price has gone up, but for your information. The price of roadworthiness goes up every time you want to renew.
Do you see another new price?
So, yeah, I was going to say that I didn't quite understand what you were saying. You know, how does trust in government?
The reason why people are running away from the tax, you see, okay, the position Rio was explaining, he tried to tell the vulcanizer that, see, nobody is going to tax you. Do you understand? But the vulcanizer doesn't want to hear. And the reason why he doesn't want to hear is simply because he does not trust the system. So the first thing that government should try to do to us is to earn our trust again. And how do they earn the trust? Transparency. Why are we doing this? Somebody has been arguing that there's a secrecy around this tax. And because no matter how much Taiwo Oyedele, no matter how much he explains, no matter how sweet his conversations are, when you look at comments under his posts, you still see that, in fact, people will say this talk sweet, so, but we no agree. Do you understand? So we need to just bridge that gap. First thing first, you said it, accountability, transparency. Some of the things that government wants to do, the people don't understand it.
That's it. We're coming back to the same thing. The people don't understand it. If they don't understand it, they cannot believe in it. They will not run with it. They will fight against it. That's just it. So they need to understand it, and for them to be able to understand it, there needs to be advocacy. There needs to be, a lot of information dissemination.
We said they should carry
yes, they should they should go into speaking pidgin, speaking Hausa.
There
Igbo,
are ways by which
Yoruba,
they can do all of these
English.
things. This is when local government is supposed to even come to work. This is when schools
local government doesn't understand it.
Go to school, go to secondary school, talk to SS3 students, let them go and educate their parents.
Last week on this program, we called a top boss in the Real Life Revenue Service, and she said she herself didn't understand.
The matter be as it gets.
Was he on live or
I say no, they come on in live.
Yeah, she said she wasn't coming on live because she herself doesn't understand. She doesn't know what to say. She may say the wrong thing and it will be something else because they are still being briefed.
Being briefed. People that are supposed to have gone for training.
The thing where they're supposed to plan to finish the whole
together, so that they will be.
So it looks like there's a sabotage. It looks like there are some people that they feel.
And
like,
that's coming back to what you was saying.
Don't carry these ones along. Because they will mess this thing up. Let these people come. They will join the system later. Because we don't know, maybe the government is trying to do something that will make the people trust them now. Because last, if you still get to some tax offices here, you will still get to pay some person to help you do some things, and some people will still want to avoid paying tax. Now I heard that they were 50-something taxes or so that the president tried, and Taiwo tried to convert everything to just 4. And they will tell you this particular when you are looking is under this tax. It's under this tax. So because like I said, the consultant came to our church and they tried to educate everybody, and you're like, okay, so if you are not earning up to 800k per year, so you are free even if you earn more than 800k, and there is a title or something to the money that came. And if you want to even avoid paying tax, because he said it's avoidable if you are that type that that gifts the charity stuff, you pay to church, you help government, some community development,
there are certain levels that
something that you can do.
Exemptions.
So I'm just like, how will they know? Already the system, they don't even know the data of people that are in Nigeria.
To understand this,
they don't even know. The government wants to do, or if you have more than this, you don't know the accurate number of people that live in this country. People that comes in every day and goes out. So how do you want to know the accurate amount of money people have? Yes, you have BVN, but what happened to those insurgencies that still collect money through some POS and through this?
There's POS. Do you know how many people insist on cash? Market women, some people have insisted that our transactions are strictly cash, and that's because
They don't want their money to go into
They don't want the money to go into the
because they
bank.
have the opinion that there's going to be a direct deduction. Tax
immediately
deduction.
on their money.
So once there's money, they find money in your account, they will now pull your money.
That's what they did. And Taiwo said there's no automatic.
In
short, you are the person who you are going to pay your tax by yourself.
Yes.
Except if you are maybe a federal worker, state workers. I think they deduct their taxes directly before they get their net worth. But whichever ways, who continue to work.
Government needs to. You see, so it still comes down to the same thing. Virtually everything in this country, the people do not understand.
Just like America don't understand Trump.
We're on a free fall.
The Americans don't understand Trump now. All the presidents in the world.
Trump is catching his cruise. Everybody is confused.
All the presidents in the world, nobody understood them.
He's going to. He sees a Russian ship.
Yes, this was that's.
It happens over since yesterday till like night. Then there's a clip outside now. The American Air Force went. The American Navy went. I think the oil. I think it's crude. Was going from it wasn't going to Russia, but Russia needed to escort.
I think there are two cases.
Okay,
let's round up on that one. Let's round up on the first topic, and then we can maybe briefly
have a brief about it.
Okay, so that's the much we can talk about or discuss concerning Malami. Let's just hope that he's able to prove himself not guilty with all the evidences that not just him but his two sons, it's such a shame. How do you bring your children, no matter how old they are, how do you bring your children into a mess? Then if you lead in that way, how do you want your children to lead their children? And it's going to go on for generations.
If that mess was successful, what will the children do? Our father is a good father, a great man.
That's true.
Suffered for his children.
That's correct.
Wike's son is going to contest for member of House of Representatives.
He goes everywhere with him these days. Don't you see him?
And somebody said,
he's always behind
are
him.
we going to serve father and serve son? Another person replied, when you reach your turn, carry another man picking. Somebody said, why is saying Tinubu following president? I said, when you reach your turn, carry another man picking.
That you should be following.
It's a normal thing. Honestly speaking, to be sincere, if you check most of maybe first son or those sons that love their fathers, when they want to do what their father does, especially if their father is a successful man, they'll be like, I want to do
there's
that.
absolutely nothing.
There's nothing wrong with it. It might even be honest.
But when it comes to politics and when it comes to public office, when it comes to something that is not private to your father, do you understand what I'm saying?
When it's not a family
when it's not a family business, I think it is totally wrong.
So what happened to Speaker of Lagos?
I don't care whether it is accepted or whether that's what they've been doing. But the thing is that is it right? No, it's really not right. It's a different thing if your child,
it's getting an appointment, maybe like commissioner
if your child loves what you're doing and wants to do it, and he's learning and he's open, people say, oh, they see the potential of this person, they want to vote for you. You don't come and
they will be the one to tell your father.
Don't impose yourself
people
on us.
His son should go and do primary and let us see.
That's what I was going to say.
You don't impose yourself
and that's a very young boy.
Or daughters.
You mean this guy here?
For Wike's son, very young, and I'm sure there are people on the queue that want that same ticket.
And he's just exposing that young man for nothing because Wike is not particularly like.
Only God knows what that boy to have seen.
You know the mistake. You know the mistake that.
Only God knows.
Just as you have said, if my son is interested in what I do.
How did we even get to this? Did we sign off the other?
Yes, you did.
We did.
And
you did.
Okay.
Yes. You can prepare your son for the future.
Mm-hmm.
They can be within the circles, but not that you will bring your son.
Exactly. I don't get it.
Come on, my son is contesting for. How does it even sound?
Because
if you're saying my son is contesting, that's a different thing.
Vote my son.
You have to vote for my son because he's going to be the next. Hello.
And
leaving there with no choice.
You, the leader. Let's use a Wike as an example. Wike went through the journey. If in politics you must go through a journey, if you don't go through the journey, you will fail.
Okay. You supported Fubara. Fubara got there and betrayed you. You had a son. Don't train your son. That's the only person that will not betray you.
Yes,
If that boy eventually became a representative become a representative of what's it called? That particular Obiakpo or something for that constituency. He's coming to be governor. And I'm sure that is Wike's plan.
Game plan.
Wike will not be president.
Wike is talking about a rainbow of coalition. When he used that term, I say another scheme.
A lot of people just demand shout. So we arrived at this conversation when you said Malami dragged his children inside that mess.
Into the mess. So that means we are still talking
so you don't even have idea of what Wike's son has seen his father does. When it comes to dirty, clean, whatever. He has practically seen everything. Because that boy in particular follows Wike everywhere. And he's a lawyer. The father too is a lawyer.
He also knows how to tweet.
So he knows how, you understand.
Are
so
you saying, in other words, that's what lawyers know how to do best?
No, that's
what lawyer knows how to do best. What I want to is it not same lawyer who your client will tell you, oh guy, thief the money, but tell them say I know my lord. This man is not a thief. This man has this, has that, but we already have. So what are we saying? In short, so they are criminal in disguise.
How will he now go and steal 1 million naira when he has 1 billion sitting in his account?
Is that possible? My lord.
My lord.
Discharge this guy more they go as no time we won't go flex.
All right.
God.
So we have something else we need to discuss.
Well, Adebayo wanted to talk about that
Trump thing. Okay. Let's just quickly look at touch on the international aspect very briefly. We know what's going on. Everybody knows that he's taking some sovereignty away from Venezuela. Bros is running the show. Everybody. He's a bully, and he has his eyes on Mexico. He has his eyes on so many other.
Nigeria. His eyes are here too.
No, don't you thank God? It was Venezuela that helped us to shift his
eyes. He has not changed his mind. He has not changed his mind.
I'm not saying he has changed his mind, but we have a temporary breather.
And I love China that is in Angola. That guy would have entered Angola because Angola is rich in oil too. Every country that is rich in oil, they are entering Donald Trump's eye.
They have sent Trump 50 million barrels. 50 million liters.
Oh, it's barrel.
Is it barrel?
It's barrel. Liter. It's barrel.
To the US now.
He said within the 30 to 50 million barrel, and that's sanctioned.
But you know the
one
interesting
of the sanctioned.
What I read from, he said we that they will continue to support NATO, even though they know that NATO cannot support them.
Why are you supporting?
If you see the way Trump is saying these things, so you will see Trump is talking above Congress. So he's not all these decisions. Is after that Congress comes back to it, and then they start.
The Congress were not aware that he was going to kidnap a president in his own country.
So, and you see.
However, the president does not have a good
the world needs to be careful.
Maduro.
I think there was a prediction in the past that Trump will be the one to bring Third World War. You understand? Trump is, and he's saying it's as if Trump is saying it like he has come to save the world. And there's emphasis in that quotation. So, but Russia. Somebody just wrote something, responded to something I wrote somewhere, that Russia will just make noise. We have nuclear weapon. We have these things.
Nothing happened.
Provocation gets to a certain level. You know, my own understanding. You see, Russia, China, those two, they might not have gotten to the point where they can crush the US, but I feel strongly that.
But if certain countries combine. If certain, you see, I think they're looking at the broader picture. They may be looking at the broader picture. If they meet Trump for force,
there will be so many damages.
There'll be too many damages. Rather, they can gain politically, by being more diplomatic. For example, we all know that China has its eyes on Taiwan. Mm-hmm. Now, with the precedents that America has set already.
Yes, I saw that. There was, in fact, there's a report on that. That why can't, if Trump can do this, why can't China just pick Taiwan like that?
Do you understand? So everybody is.
There's a treaty with America and China during the Second World War when Japan was about to dominate China. It was America who came to save China and help China got their sovereignty state back. And I think there's a treaty that China cannot even break. It just have to be. You have to maintain.
But when you're dealing with a man like Donald Trump, who himself does not know what he's going to say or do the next second, he doesn't even have a clue what he's going to order his people to do the next second. When you're dealing with a man like that, a man that really has no ties, no commitments, who's not ready to obey any laws,
Trump is not running by cities.
So I think sorry Tom, I think the world just need to understand that. How can we come together to ignore this guy?
Do you think that's what should happen? Or how can we come together to help this guy?
No, that guy does not need help.
He needs to. No, listen. We're looking at this thing on the surface, but I think that
it's deeper than that.
Yes, he needs some medical attention.
Trump.
Somebody also wrote that again on Twitter.
There are things he has done or things he did that I feel like this guy is truthless. This guy can actually do anything. Example is going against the LGBTQ, and I say you cannot be gay in the United States. A lot of Africans even love that kind of Abi. Thank God somebody, and that community is a very strong community. If you are going against those people, you have to be 2 times stronger than people who tried to crush them before one time. So there are things that he has done that make me feel okay, this man I think is not insane, but all of a sudden
listen, do you know that the people that you call madmen or people who have lost it, who are insane, that you see walking on the streets, do you know that they have their moments of sanity soberness, and soberness? Do you know that? So everybody has their.
So when he said that,
when the waves,
it was. But when the wave is now too much, that's where the problem.
So when I'm talking about ignoring, there are ways by which you can just what's it called? This business exchange, where you just live, because no country can survive on its own.
No.
Every country depends on another country to survive, and that's why there is something America will give from NATO. That's why America is saying we will continue to support NATO, even though we know they will not support us.
You know that
Trump
America
wants
is
to
really
take the sovereignty of Greenland.
They are really what?
They're to an extent they're broke. They're not. They're in.
Yes, the economy is
the economy. Since COVID and it's a world thing. It's not.
It affected everybody. Even in Venezuela, the inflation in Venezuela is worse than the one in Nigeria.
If you go to the grocery stores, if you go anywhere, all the shops and business,
there's inflation everywhere.
The economy is not thriving as it used to. So all of these big brother bullying and all of that, it's just part of trying to recover, bring themselves back, financially, stabilize the economy. But you don't do that by taking sovereignty away from a country. That's a country. I mean, that's a country. Even if they have
I don't know what the international court is doing.
You really have no rights.
There's something.
You have no rights.
The treaty that gave the dollar, that petrodollar
global market.
Yes. China, Russia, or generally BRICS is trying to break it first. Once you break the dominance of the dollar, you have finished America, because America prints money at will. You understand what I mean? That's why America seems to be so strong. We all depend on the dollar. Now we're trying to move away. The first problem America had with Nigeria was when we started getting close to China. You understand?
And then deciding now
to use trading
direct. And using the yen.
Yeah. So and
the yen.
Venezuela also was looking towards that. These Arab countries is the same. So all those Arab countries that are constantly under attack from Trump is because
they no longer use the dollar to trade.
Do you understand? So Trump is looking at, like say, now, so you people, you crumble my economy.
Yeah.
In fact, so the biggest battle that Trump fights, Trump is a businessman. So he's running that thing like a ruthless businessman. That's how it's running America.
Yes.
So once you want to stand in the way of American economy,
economical
it's
They
going to
move you
strike
away.
you. That's so. Those are the things now, and you know it's so complicated. So the case of Nigeria, when people were harassing our president, that how can the America talk and he will not even Nigeria. If you play that you are hard, we will lose. The case of Nigeria in this whole scheme of things is diplomacy. Nigeria doesn't want to offend Russia. We don't want to offend China. Yet we also don't want to offend America.
I don't even think we're making any attempt not to offend America. I don't think we're making any attempt.
No, this president, he knows how he's
playing
moving
his-
in that space. But for me, and I kind of like that, people are saying he should take position. Look at his position with BRICS. We are not fully admitted into BRICS.
No, at all.
But you see that small relationship with BRICS is around that time that this genocide that
Okay.
things started. I think you people don't know what you are doing. So
And
you are romancing BRICS, Abi.
The import tax on petrol and the agreement with Dangote that if you want to buy fuel from Dangote, you use naira. So all those ones were things, and before we just started hearing genocide. I will come and fight for you people. Oh God, this is not the first time they are killing Christians in Nigeria. Don't fight
And
against
this thing is
insurgency.
not about Christians. That's the truth. I don't know where they got that impression from.
But
insurgency, they are killing even the Muslims. They are killing the
A
Christians.
lot of Muslims died. In short, the Muslim died
let
more.
Me tell you, let me even tell you something. When you're traveling in a bus, okay,
Can you identify us?
can you identify who the Christian and who the Muslim is? Yet they kidnap the entire people, walk them into the bush, kill them, and all of that. So it's not about they just
said
using
they went to
religious
churches. They went to
sentiment.
mosques
Yes, they
too.
went to mosques as well.
So Tom, see, in Nigeria, so we were having that debate, and I say Nigeria has a job. Nigeria has a huge number of storytellers that should sell Nigeria to the world. America came to help us tell this story of banditry. We were not telling the story.
Yeah.
We were not even facing the reality of it.
Just a small documentary.
You understand?
Go out, start
So
telling stories.
US came. They had discussed, they took it to Congress. The conversation was going in Congress. As it was going in Congress, they were passing it within communities in America first. Nigerians were the ones telling those of us who are at home, Nigerians in diaspora, were the ones telling us how they are killing people in Nigeria. And we that are in Nigeria, we don't know that they are killing people in Nigeria. Every day they tell me, Bayo, be careful out there. Don't go to this place, don't go to that place. I will tell them nothing is happening. I know where not to go. It's not you in America that will tell me where not to go. That they are feeding you guys the wrong information about this place.
And they're the ones that spread it even faster than Nigerians. That
So
live
they
there.
now package all those things. So by the time everybody will now say, don't go to Nigeria, don't go to Nigeria. See the people that are now helping us tell the world that you can come to Nigeria. Americans, Britons, who came for Dirty December. They are the ones that are now telling people that this place
Nigeria
is
is
as
sweet.
bad as you're saying. Yes, we know we have, and where
There's
there
problem
anywhere in the world
everywhere.
That, thank you. So Nigerians don't.
media
Nigeria
has
needs
a
to
role
tell
to
our
play.
story.
Yeah,
we need to
tell
tell
our
the
story.
we need to change the narrative. Somebody is helping us create our story.
Well, still the Bumper Breakfast Show. We'll like to take a break right now, and when we return, there'll be more on the program. Please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS, reminds all businesses in Lagos State that the 2026 annual tax filing window is now open. All business entities are required to pay all taxes due and file returns on all pay-as-you-earn, payee, and withholding taxes deducted from payments made during the 2025 tax year on or before 31st January 2026 using the LIRS e-tax platform. To file, visit www.etax.lirs.net. Log in with your company taxpayer ID and password. Complete your payee returns and other required information, then submit. Failure to file annual tax returns within the prescribed timeline violates the provisions of the Nigeria Tax Administration Act 2025 and attracts statutory penalties. This message is from the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS.
Back.
Welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast Show. There's always a lot to discuss. And the funny thing is that we rarely, discuss international issues on the Bumper Breakfast Show. And the reason is simple. It's not because we don't want to, but just because we already have too much, not enough. We have too much on our plates, So that for me, that was a good one. All right now, 2027, Obi's ex-running mate, Baba Ahmed, declares presidential ambition. Politics. All right, the Labour Party's vice presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Senator Dati Baba Ahmed, on Wednesday formally declared his interest in contesting the presidency in 2027 and ongoing realignments within Nigeria's opposition space. Baba Ahmed, who was the running mate to the former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, made the declaration at a rally held at the party's national secretariat in Abuja. His announcement came barely 1 week after Obi announced his departure from the Labour Party for the African Democratic Congress. This move has triggered intense debate over the party's future and the direction of the wider opposition ahead of the next general election. Addressing party members and supporters, Baba Ahmed said his aspiration was neither reactionary nor dependent on Obi's political decisions, stressing that his presidential ambition predates the 2023 election. He said, "I have made myself to contest for the office in 2027. I'm not following anybody's trajectory or stepping into anybody's shoes. Can I please remind you that before His Excellency Governor Peter Obi filed for the presidency, I aspired for the presidency before him. The records are there for you to see." The former lawmaker recalled his earlier attempt to secure his party's presidential ticket, noting that he had contested in the People's Democratic Party primaries years before aligning with Obi in Labour Party. In October 2018, I participated in primaries of the then PDP in Port Harcourt and walked to Obi for his vote, and he smiled at me. What a gentleman he was. If you had heard me well, in what I just submitted, I saw a rare opportunity for national unity to have elected Peter Obi in 2023, and that is why I decided to flow with it, he said. Baba Ahmed also addressed concerns about region and ethnicity, insisting that Nigeria's constitution guarantees every qualified citizen the right to seek effective office. Yes, I am a practicing Muslim, but I am a Nigerian, and the constitution allows me to contest. You asked about my ethnicity. Yes, I am a Hausa man, and the Nigerian constitution also allows me to contest. I'm doing this because Nigeria needs help, he said. I don't know what it is with this tongue twister. How come all of a sudden I can't pronounce exactly ethnicity? What is it? All right, well, that's the story on the table. Baba Ahmed, Obi's ex-running mate, is desiring the presidential ambition, and he's made it public. He says it's not the first time. It shouldn't be strange to people, to anyone. What's your take on this?
Somehow, apart from maybe party lines, that is somebody that I like to love. Let me use that term. He seems like a firm person to me, and if he wants to contest, some people are already happy that he wants to contest because now we are having division of votes. You understand? There are people that would otherwise have gone to wherever Obi goes, but now that Dati is speaking, they would rather follow Dati. Dati, I'm not happy that maybe the PDP got broken. Let me say, I always like people that stay one course, like run with one ideology. You don't have to cross carpet all the time and all that. So,
But I understand that's not how politics runs here. Because when I talk about loyalty, when I sit on this table, I talk about loyalty. Some people say, you don't, because you don't understand politics. This is the way politics should be. This is the way. So people like you don't seem to me to be politicians, real politicians.
What makes a politician? Somebody that is interested in policies, somebody that wants to take care of the polity. You understand? So that means there must be an ideology that is driving you from the onset. And you see, so people like Tinubu, for instance, why I kind of like them was that they stood their ground, and so whatever happens is always still on that street. There may be names, nomenclature changes and all, but you will still see that they are running on one ideology. But so today I am in APC, tomorrow I'm in Accord, the day after I'm in ADC. That already, when people that are supposed to manage our affairs and they are jumping, it shows desperation. So I have an issue with that in itself. And so that kind of now endears me to Dati, that okay, something dragged Dati to Labour Party. Mm-hmm. And Labour Party even today seems to be on a decline. But Dati is still saying that he's running on the platform of the Labour Party. That means something to me. But above all, it's fine that he wants to run. It's good. Let's see.
Let's see how it pans out.
Yes.
Rio, I saw you shaking your head. I saw you nodding your head. Let's know what you're thinking.
Thank you very much, my host, for that question. God Almighty bless you. I don't like that Baba Ahmed, but I want to clap for you this morning. From me, the fact that I don't like it does not mean I don't like it as a person, I just don't like, the whole idea of the thing, but beautiful one for staying true. You have to stay as a leader when there is a major challenge.
Right.
Leadership is not something that you just get or you just see on ground. It's an input. You have it inside of you, you nurture it out. You don't necessarily have to be a pastor to preach the gospel. You don't have to be an afa to preach the gospel. You don't have to be a politician to make impact in your community, or to even make. There are some unwritten policies in your area. Nobody wrote it. You practiced it. You just feel like, no, the dustbin should not be, it should be on where it should be. This is where it should be. And before you know, everybody adopt that style and it's there. Now, this man saying, first, let me tell you one bitter truth, sir. Contest, get Labour Party ticket, you cannot win. And you cannot win. It's good that you want to contest. It's a bitter truth. I say it's bitter. The truth is bitter. Yes, you can't drink agbo and smile. You are going to change your mouth. Yes, you will not win. It's not a cause. It is what the political mathematics is right now. And I can tell you for a fact that in the south of Nigeria, there is no other governor that is under any political party aside from APC. 6 states in the south. In southwest, 4 states. In southeast, 3 states. They've gotten it right, and most of all these governors
saying we are in a one-party state.
We already in the north. I said PDP don't have up to 10 states again in Nigeria. Inside 36, including Federal Capital Territory, APC. Wike is APC PDP. Don't tell me that's the president state.
Wike is
and it's APC. So now, Peter Obi, I am so angry with you, sir. You are the most impatient politician and leader in Nigeria.
Maybe it's a strategy.
It's not a strategy. Don't. What strategy? Go and check how ADC came to life in 2005. ADC came to life in 2005. In 2011, they started shake body together with Accord. Go and check the men that are in charge of ADC now. Aregbesola, David Mark, one on free something. They built that place for Atiku. Atiku is part of the people that own APC, allegedly, because I don't have something to, evidence to that. But we've heard, we've seen. And you saw Atiku going to ADC. He went. You saw Rotimi Amechi going to ADC. Rotimi Amechi contested against Tinubu. He came second, ahead of former vice president Oshibajo, ahead of so many people. Rotimi came second. This is a guy that said politicians are in politics for three things, three reasons: to kill, to steal, to retain power. And you are telling me you are a saint, and you see devil, you see, you are putting your very side. Why can't you wait in Labour Party and prove the true leadership that you are? They fought Tinubu so many times. At a point, they changed our money. We had two colors of money in Nigeria just for Tinubu not to contest.
Just for the records, we still do.
The man stayed. He defeated them. He won. So when the man said, Emilokan, you want to trigger and say, he has been there for 20 years. Look at what Daddy said. Daddy said he has always had the mind to contest.
Yes, now.
This man has served in a federal level before. Peter only served in Anambra for 2 years. And I tell you, no Igbo, two times, thank you. No Igbo should come outside to say they don't want Igbo man to rule. It's a lie. It's because you don't have the strategy. Now we tell you now that there was a political force in Southwest, the ACN. There was another political force in the North, the CPC. They saw that these forces were coming. They started winning states. They're like, Baba, let's come together. Tell me that political force in the East. The political force that would have been in the East is Abga. And under Abga, and this former Chris Ngige, he won. He left it for Peter Obi. When Chris Ngige left, he went to APC. Peter Obi left, he went to PDP. Willie Obiano left, he went back to America. Now you have Soludo. Soludo now beating his chest that he has been friend with Tinubu for 25 years. He can't jeopardize it. He's going to support Tinubu 2027 election. Now tell me, where is the political force that is coming? Why can't Abga be in the 5 states of the East? Because the last election 2023, Peter Obi won the whole 5 states. That means you guys are intentional. You know what you are doing. You can as well let Abga to make Ojukwu, in short, Ojukwu's wife, Ojukwu's best wife, is now a minister under the APC. So you don't have a political force. So why can't Peter? Now people are now following Mama Papa Pikin because of one man, Peter Obi. You left a whole 6.1 million.
Papa Pikin, you can't still go.
You now go to maybe brother, sister, to the Lions Den. You now went to that place. Atiku came out 2 days ago. I am not stepping down for anybody.
Oh, he said it again.
He said it. He said it day before yesterday. I am not stepping down for anybody. Meanwhile, Peter Obi is saying, will I go to America to study politics for 10 days only to come and be a vice president? Are you okay, sir? You went to Egypt to study the electricity for 3 days. Something somebody studied for 5 years and they are yet to graduate. You came back and say, okay, you have studied Egypt electricity for 3 days. No, Peter is not doing politics. Peter Obi is doing business. Let's just call a spade a spade. You want to go and defeat Aregbesola inside ADC? People that are hungry, people that by all means they want to unseat Tinubu. Peter does not have the political capacity. You see, the last election, he only got sympathy votes.
Yeah.
Let him go out. The last election in Anambra, he lost his polling units.
Of course, I know.
So if people really love you and they believe in you, you cannot. I said it on radio this morning. Next election 2027, you think Lagos will lose to anybody again? Then you are a joke, because that man sat down. He's not even talking. You will a lot of political propaganda. AI, you will bring it out. You will see. He
has that in common with Buhari.
I told people. I said
there's a difference. Oh, there's a difference. There's a difference. His own quietness. In his quietness, he's calculating. He's strategizing. You know, he's planning.
Buhari will rely on people that will.
Yes.
After 2 years, they will say they are sponsoring terrorism.
Yeah. So there's a huge difference. Anyway, I actually feel your pain.
Labour Party, let them know.
Wasted the support.
But Rio, you see, the thing is that you are not on the Tuesday edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show, but you know Akin Fatunke.
Yeah.
I mean, he is somebody who would say that's the way it's done. That is politics for you. I mean, you have to move. We were talking about Rotimi Amechi. I said Rotimi Amechi.
Malami.
No, the current Rivers State governor. Fubara. We're talking about Fubara, you know, defecting to the APC, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't understand how these guys. You have to be where it is happening, you know. You have to protect yourself.
But there are two different cases. It's a
Nigerian situation.
There are two different cases.
I know there are two different cases, but it has
and it's in power actually.
But it has the origin. The origin is the same. They are moving from one party to the other. We are talking about, in first place, like Adebayo said, their ideologies. You have goals. You have, you know, and all of that. If the goals are not the same for different parties.
Can I say something? Can I say something? If Peter Obi was in power, maybe Labour Party, maybe they are in power, and he's no longer interested in Labour Party, he's in power, he can defer to ADC. It's none of our concern. This guy, what's his name? Fubara is still the governor. He noticed PCP collapse already. He needed a platform to secure second term. He promised to work for Mr. President. Okay, let me go. So there are different cases. Peter Obi, he knows Lions Den lock me.
I know that
he cannot carry seconds in their primary. Does he have money to give delegates?
You are the same person asking that Peter Obi should have stayed, irrespective of the fact that.
That's why I said there are two different cases.
Yes, wait.
He has gained ground. He came third in the last election. 6.1 million votes.
That point, she wants a substantiation of that point. Let's use Tinubu as a case study again. 20 years in waiting. You understand?
Yeah.
Studying, strategizing, connecting, building bridges.
Yeah.
And so when it was time for people to come through, they came through for him. Not the ones that were in power. The ones who were outside power were the ones that came through for Tinubu at the end of the day. So he waited that long. There was a plan, and he was working towards the plan. So there's no reason. If the entire Southeast voted for Obi should have worked on turning the Southeast to a Labour if you don't want to go back to Abga.
Honestly.
And I understand,
and
I see your point, and I agree with your point. But I'm also saying that
you're referencing.
I'm saying that if you take a stand, take a stand. Don't say because of the situation or the circumstance. So this is acceptable because of this situation or this circumstance. You want him to say, why doesn't he stay? Why don't most politicians stay? But they say that is the way of politics.
Why didn't Soludo leave now?
Objection, my lord.
Soludo is friends with Tinubu.
Why hasn't Soludo gone to APC? That's the way of politics.
And now look at Osun State. Do you know that the man decided to go to, he went to Accord. He decided to choose Accord. Do you believe that there are political undertones? Somebody told me, well, I don't want to say allegedly every time. Somebody told me that the APC will still work for the Accord man.
That way,
so that he will finally hand over. So he can now defect after. Why will Abga say we are going to work for Tinubu? He said it openly. Yes. Tinubu even went there. They even gave him red cap.
That's, you know, when I said Wike said we are going to have a rainbow coalition. Do you understand?
Yes.
Usually those things happen. I mean,
it's not strange.
I can come to support you, but I'm not living where I am. I want you to support. We can.
Wike, is that not what Wike is doing?
That's the card Wike is playing. That's
the card Wike is playing.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, if I belong to a particular party, okay. So in 2023, somebody came up to me from the US and
to become
wanted
the president.
to work on her
device.
campaign. To work on the campaign. You understand? Of course, I told her that you don't have a good chance, but you need my expertise. So fine, we'll work on it. But I told her straight, there's no chance.
Or like promising her heaven and earth just because of what you want to, like what I told that Ahmed now.
There's no chance for you. We did her job, and when we got to that tail end, deep within me, I know that this is where my real support. This is my real real support is. But you, as a friend, okay, I'll do these things for you. In fact, she wanted me to join their party. I said, I cannot join your party. So where I stand, I'll do everything that will help you move forward. But we already know that it's only popularity that we are going to get. Your name will be on the ballot, but you cannot win. In fact, in the party, the most trusted party in Nigeria.
Did you tell your client that?
Yes, now she's my friend.
Oh, okay.
We were not operating clients. It's just friend relationship. The party that was, the person that was saying this is the most reliable party in the country, they still did that while you. You understand? So
I'm just saying for Peter Obi case is different. If it comes to, is it direct election that direct primaries?
Yes.
That's the one everybody comes to
that
vote
you
for.
Go and queue behind your guy.
That you go and queue behind your guy. But indirect, you bring delegates, right? It is indirect they will use. They already know the implication of doing direct primaries. They will do indirect primary. Now you have built labor to that. It's just like laboring in vain. You have built labor. We know labor, but we don't know labor. But during the last election, Obi made labor very popular. Then Obi build on that popularity, like you said. You already won 5 states in the last election. Build on it. Number one, it was not consistent with having intelligent conversation. It's always after the policy this administration is bringing, rushing to Twitter, social media, looking for social media validation, which is not validated when it comes outside. So it's just funny the way they run their thing. So to me, I am disappointed in Peter Obi. I wasn't expecting him to join ADC, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Adebayo, it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Yes, it's been, I think, a charged up morning, and then it's fine. At least we could see the passion about this country. It's all for the love of the country. I'm wishing you all a wonderful weekend, wherever you find yourself. Please make the best of your time. I am yours, Adebayo Ilupeju. See you next week.
Okay, Adebayo Ilupeju is now adding I'm yours. Oh, I'm yours too. Ambassador Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for watching the Bumper Breakfast Show. Unfortunately, that's so much we can take. My name is Tom Aderile. I hope to see you on Tuesday next week. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend and God bless you. Thank you for watching.